Yeah, definitely. All right, moving along. Let's go to the third quarter. 13:27 left. 0-0. First and 10 at their own 41-yard line. This is Jalen Hurts hitting Goddard for 22 yards. This is one of the few explosive plays of the day for them. I feel like this is a negative either on Cooper or Quay. I felt like it was on Quay. I want to get your all's take. They're in a 4-3 under where Sam Mugg covers 6. Okay. So cover 6, and I didn't specify where the 4 and the 2 is. Judging by the hash, the 2 is probably at the bottom. It is. So here's what the defense is, guys. Deep half, deep quarter, deep quarter. Okay. Typically, when you're in a cover 6 like this, what you're looking to do is help on this side a little bit deeper, right? Because you got this guy who's on an island out here. Now you're going to see they're going to cheat over, right? And now they've got a 2x2 set. So think about if you're McKinney. Now you got to go, okay, I got to cover deep half. If both of these guys get vertical, boy, I've got to hold my water and get deep, right? So these guys have got to know. Quay and Edge has got to know. Now they're in a 2x2 look after the cheat motion. I need to get a little more vertical and help the 2 side. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't feel like they did that. Let's watch it unfold. So you'll see Goddard leak. Right here, Quay has got to know. Quay has got to know I've got to stay deep with him. There is no other threat in my zone. You see what I'm saying, Emilio? There's nothing there. And you just kind of let him sit. Let him sit. Who are you covering? Who are you covering? Right? You've got to drift back and help because look at McKinney. Look at what he's faced with. He had to walk back because if Goddard attacks the seam, this safety is going to be late on his quarter side. If he attacks the seam over here, of course, McKinney has got to make sure this is covered on his deep half. So this is probably why Quay got some negative coverage grades. This is part of it. You just got to drift a little deeper there. Are you seeing it any deeper, any different there, Emilio?
No, just because the way Keyshawn's supposed to be covering curl flat, over by the ref standing at the first down marker or the first down, start of the snap. So he carried 15 yards back on a curl.
So we got one guy carrying too much and one guy not carrying enough.
Yeah, and you just got to. Quay's got to know that's where the threat is. The threat is on my hip. He's on my hip. I might as well kind of go with him. Cooper's up here just chilling, and he can cover the running back if he leaks out, or he can go get he can go get Jalen. I would have liked to see Quay carry, just kind of run it like a Tampa 2. Right. You just need to get a little bit more vertical there. Not that that's what is called for him. He did exactly what was called for him. He had to get to his spot, fit 10 yards back. I needed him to be 15 yards back. And
you got to recognize that's the half side. They just went from a 3x1 to a 2x2. Right, to a Dubs look. You got to know I got to carry that, right? And listen, McKinney or Edgerrin Cooper could have helped too, but he's also looking underneath for that running back, right? If you'll notice,
I would have had more. I would have wanted Quay to play that deeper, rather than Coop. I would have wanted Coop to stay up, play the running back or QB scramble.
Yeah, you got to.
You got McDuffie up there too. McDuffie's chilling on the other side, so if he either way he scrambles, the running back leaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know he's running right up the hash. You got to know you can't pass that to your safeties.
Absolutely. So again, that's a tough look there. And again, it's still 0-0, guys. So that's just one of those plays. This is a better look here too. So when they go to 2x2, right? So now everybody kind of shifts. Watch Quay. See, he's not even really filling the tight end. He's just kind of covering space, and that's what Coach Haddad talked about when he was on the show. Is his dad always taught them. A blade of grass has never earned 1 yard in a game of football, right? You can't just cover grass. You've got to find someone to cover. You've got to go looking for work. So
only other thing I would say is I don't know what Rashawn's responsibility was. Give me just a little nudge on him just to slow him up a smidge. He kind of dipped underneath him. Just give me something to mess the timing up just a little.
Yeah. Or even a jam by Coop there. Coop could have chipped him a little bit too inside 5 yards.
Yeah, exactly. A double shove. You get a chip from the D lineman. No free releases, right? Nobody, no free money over here.
Yeah. It's like basketball back in the 90s, right?
No free points, right, Tim?
Yeah, no free layups, man. You come in the lane, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that 22-yarder, explosive play, triples your chances of scoring. That's how Philly went up 3-0 with the field goal. All right, now let's fast forward. Third quarter, 8:52 left. Philly's leading 3-0. First and 10 play at their own 27-yard line. This is Love to Watson for 20 yards. This play call is long. This is good stuff here. 11 ace, Trey left, Y70 Bacon. So we've actually got
Did somebody
And-
say bacon?
we've got our boy Kennard, I believe it is, right?
Yep.
Who's going to be playing tight end on this play. And you're going, what the hell is he running a route? Nah, he's just going to block. You basically said, give me a 6-man protection. Here's what you said, right? So let's give us time to throw this. So again, 11 ace, Trey left, Y70 bacon, F cheat to stack right. Once again, who is your F? Your backup cornerback, Bo Melton. He's going to cheat over to a stack look here, right? Stacked up behind Romeo. Okay. So stack right, 24 fake is what we're going to go here. Okay. So let's move it forward just a little bit, get him out of the picture. All right. We're going 24 fake, which means that's a fake to the B gap right here. Okay. Then we're going crossers, F wheel. So the F is going to get out here and run a wheel route. And Christian Watson going to run a crosser. Romeo Dobbs is going to run a crosser. That's called crossers concept. I know some people call it scissors. We've always called it crossers. Scissors for me is 2 posts intersecting on one side of the formation. Okay. And then, of course, the Y is just going to stay safe. Once he gets the fake, he's going to block. So you've actually got a 7-man protection here. All right. And he's going to hit Christian Watson for 20 yards on the crosser. Love how Christian dips inside. Good rep by everybody on the protection. Jordan steps up on the run. Bang. Christian Watson with the 20-yard grab. I love this play because watch Christian's hands here. His hands have gotten so much better this year, guys. Watch him dip under the edge too, Emilio. Whoop. Right. And then the separation. They threw a flag. They threw a flag for the hold there too, by the way.
Come on now.
Watch him snatch this ball, though, man. Let's go, dude. You kidding me?
Yep.
His hands have gotten a lot better this year, man.
That's beautiful. And you know who else runs a lot of overload or, heavy with the tackle? The Eagles. So maybe you watch a little tape all week on the Eagles. You say, hey, I want to throw that in there. I think maybe we just need to have that in the playbook. I'm glad Matt went to it. It seemed to work out for us. Look at all the time Jordan has. Still time moving around in the pocket. I think still a little bit too movie for me, but I love that he was able to get up. The play fake sells it. All the linebackers come screaming down. And, maybe you get the DB peeking in the backfield. Good to go. Let's take the 20.
Yeah, it's a good play. And, again, I love Christian's hands here. Like you said, Jordan should have got rid of the ball right here. Let that thing fly, right? Lead him out there. There's no reason to tuck it, run, throw on the run. It's still a beautiful throw on the run. Don't get me wrong. But, again, Christian Watson's hands have gotten a lot better this year. So that was an explosive there, right? And now – we got to fast forward later in that drive. Third quarter, 4:47 left. Phillies up 3-0. 4th and 9 play at Phillies 41-yard line. So you're kind of in no man's land, right? You're in no man's land here. It's going to be the incomplete pass to Bo Melton. All right, and this is tough for me because again, the game is kind of on the line here, man. This is a 4th down conversion. Imagine if Matthew Golden is playing F right here. I just want y'all to imagine that. Here's the play call. All right, 11 chips, empty right. It's going to be a nasty look. Crossers, double leak. Flats, Z go. All right. And so basically what the play is you're going to have crossers with flats. So these guys are going to leak. They're going to chip, leak underneath, chip, leak underneath. Okay. And then you're going to have the Z go. Let's identify the Z. The Z is going to be opposite the tight end. Actually, he is not on this situation. I'm sorry. He's going to be on the tight end side. I apologize. So there's going to be your go route. And then you're going to have crossers. There's Bo. And then, of course, you're going to have Romeo Dobbs on a crosser as well. So, again, the play call, 11 chips, empty right crossers, double leak, Z go. And you're going to try to hit Bo Melton over here. Bo Melton runs a great route. He recognizes where the coverage is. And watch him kind of break this off and come back to Jordan a little bit, Emilio. He feels Blankenship. Watch him. See how he comes back? That's a good route. That's a great route. Problem is that's a cornerback trying to catch the ball, So, it's just a tough drop. Should have been converted. And that's what happens when your receiving room gets banged up and Matthew Golden isn't in the lineup. Beautiful throw by Jordan. Just let it hit right off the chest protector. Did not catch with your hands, obviously, right?
Yeah. I think that's the difference between MG and Bo, probably, right? MG's probably coming out, get that diamond up there and hands catch that ball.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it. That's all. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It's just a tough look, man. Again, injuries happen in the league, and it's how you deal with them sometimes determines or separates the good teams from the great teams, right? Or the great teams from the good teams, I should say.
Yeah. Jordan made the right read. Good ball. Put it on him on the chest.
Yeah. That was a good 4th down play call. That was a good 4th down execution other than Just drop the ball, man. Use your hands, not your chest. That's right, coach. And when you're in the backyard, coach, you catch it against your chest. You catch it against the body all the time. When you got that chest protector, right? You got those shoulder pads, got to catch it with your hands. You got to do it, man. All right, fast forward. So, again, that was a 4th and 9 play. That cost us once again on their side of the field. What you're seeing are just mistakes.
Yeah.
I want you guys to be honest with me, please. Am I losing my mind? Or is everything we've identified in these most important plays, it had nothing to do with the coach. It had nothing to do with the scheming guys open, right?
This is execution, man. Execution.
Do you agree, Emilio, or no? Am I blowing unicorn dust up everybody's rear end here?
No, but if you have some dust, let me know. No,
I'll do a little tooting.
No, that's the truth, man. It was execution. They know it. Everybody knows it on the team. There's many things that each player could have done better. There was things as a group. 1/11 is I know it's a bad phrase, but it's the truth. You can't do it all by yourself. You can't solo. You can't just drop in and take it. It's not going to happen that way. So I think that, you really just need everybody to execute. It hasn't been done. Pre-snap penalties, can't have them. Post-snap, it'll happen. Can't be doing it. You got to run your route crisp. You got to, catch it. All the fundamentals, everything when you're gassed, after 3 hours of practice, and you got to do those last couple reps, all those come into play. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. And this is why Ryan Schlipp immediately following this game said, when he did his rant podcast, he's like, why do I feel like this team is sabotaging Matt LaFleur? Like, this is, if you truly know where to look and you're really focused on what's actually happening in the game and not just the result, and okay, I want the head coach fired because we lost, right? You'll see all of these mental mistakes piling up. And the easy, most casual argument is, well, that's the coach's fault. That falls on the coach. It's like, again, you're not going to convince me that it's the coach's responsibility to make sure a pro football player knows the rules of covered and uncovered. Like, I see it every week in high school football in here in Tennessee. How many times do you see receivers communicate with the guy, hey, pointing, right? Like, hey, stay uncovered here, right? Communicate with each other. It's mental mistakes that should not happen, man.
And like J. Cole said, it's X's and O's. That's the truth. And Jen Wright said, cornerback back with wide receivers today at practice. Bo, obviously, he had been practicing with the corners. You get him out there with Kennard, a package that you probably added this week. How many reps did Bo get at wide receiver this week running that? There's just so many things. But, again, that's maybe one thing where you're standing in the back of the – when your coach hits you upside the head, straighten up everybody in the back. If you're not in the drill, I still need you paying attention. You need to know where you got to be. It's just those little mental execution reps where you can falter on that. But
we talked about this during camp, right? Like, this is why Bo is on this team, though.
Right.
We have to. We're banged up in that wide receiver room. We've got a guy that can pull double duty. It'll be interesting to see, like you said, Emilio. Get a week of install working on that side of the ball, and let's see what happens.
Came in super key. Imagine if we didn't have Bo. Who's doing all that?
Right. Exactly.
Where are we even heading? And like Coach was saying,
I would say we could give Malik Heath another 10 or 15 snaps, though.
That's fair. That's totally fair, Tim.
I think Malik Heath makes that catch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next play, third quarter, 4:04 left. Phillies leading 3-0. 2nd and 9 at their own 42-yard line. This is Devontae Wyatt absolutely wrecking shop, man. You love to see this in a run game. You expect it in the pass rush, but the run game, my goodness. We're in a 4-3 over, cover 3. I put 33 fire because he gets so shallow here. He's playing spur, Evan Williams is, right? And he's really what helps makes this play go right here. But it could have been Buzz, and he's going to be willing to get back. But to me, it looks like he's firing. What do you think, Amelia? That looks like a blitz, right? He's timing it up. So now essentially what you've got is a 5-man front here, right? The over is real simple. You're playing over the tight end side instead of under, which means on the weak side of the formation, A gap or a 1 tech, strong side, 3 tech. Okay, that's all the over means. If you were 3 tech weak side, 1 tech strong side, that's what we call an under. You're playing under the tight end, under the strong side of the formation. So again, Evan Williams comes up into the box. It was a cover 3 look is what it looked like to me because everybody's just kind of backpedaling. Nobody's truly in man coverage. And look at Devontae Wyatt already, boys. Look at this right here. Somebody come look at this. I mean, he's just immediately in the backfield. Saquon had nowhere to go. Great play. Also by Kobe Wooden getting back there. But Devontae Wyatt, watch him on this rep in the 3-tech. This is what we talk about by 3-tech, guys. Look at Devontae Wyatt in the 3-tech. Look at the twitch. Bang. Look how quick he's in there and reading that. And again,
he moves fast for a big dog, man.
Oh, dude,
that's a quick first step right there.
I think his RAS was in the 9s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons is because they bring Evan Williams up here on the edge, and those guys are a little more focused on that, right?
Yeah.
All of this as opposed to Wyatt getting through, but Wyatt just does a great job. Quick burst, finishing with the tackle. That's the stuff he struggled with in the past. 2 years into the league, even 3 years into the league, he's missing that tackle, right? Yeah. So you tell he's really worked on that on his game. So I don't want to spend
a whole job giving props to Kobe Wooden too, staying gap sound there and finishing that play out.
Yeah. The general, man.
The general.
It's the truth. How come our run defense?
Never again will we refer to him as a bubble guy ever.
Never.
Very
learn my lesson.
But our run defense got better when he was in there. I don't know.
Yep, definitely did. All right, so obviously that was a second 6-yard loss, if my numbers were correct there. So that forced a punt. Now let's fast forward. Third quarter, 2:32 left. Philly's leading 3-0. 1st and 10 at our own 20-yard line. We got another Josh Jacobs explosive, boys. Think another 11-yard run here. And remember what I told you earlier, Emilio. This time instead of ace, they're going to go out of pistol set. So we got 12 pistol left. There's your left side, right? Strong side of formation. You shift to H left lead. So they're not going to go to a true I because they're in a pistol, but they're accomplishing the same thing. So now you're in a pistol, right, with an H left look. And once again, when they bring Wally in, he's going to be your H back most likely.
Here's the guy.
This is your fullback, is essentially. Think Shanahan's offense. If we're going to drift into 2-back sets now, Wally's going to be your fullback moving forward based off what we've seen in this game. All right. So again, 12 pistol left, bunch nasty X. You shift to H left lead. It's going to be a 25 toss. What does 25 toss mean? Remember, we counted it off even to the right. This time it's left. It's going to be odd. 1, 3, 5. Okay. So you're looking to go outside toss, H lead once again, get out here, lead block, and you're going to get him out on the edge. Okay. So I don't mind this out of the pistol. I think this is a pretty cool setup, but to me, it's a little more effective when you're in the I because they've got to respect both sides. But when you bring in an H left, you almost, if you're going to run a strong set like this and you're going to run a toss to the left with an H lead, it's obviously got to go left. It can't go right unless you run some kind of counter lead, right? So, again, this is a nice play call. I love that Matt LaFleur is kind of getting creative with the running game, trying to get something going here. So, look at the toss. Look at Wally. Bang. Look at Christian Watson out here on the edge, boys. Get out there and get a hat on a hat. And then Jacobs just going to run to the inside shoulder. The respect, the trust that he has in Christian Watson to hold his block, for him to cut inside of him, really, really impressive. Watch Christian right here. He knows let the edge go while he's got him. Josh is going to run to daylight. Nice little 11-yard game.
I like the slightest little release there, too, to almost sell a route, off the snap and then immediately engage, giving Josh a lane there.
It's a pretty good rep.
Yeah, it was, and you see that D-line shifted right before the snap, which ended up helping us a lot. The tight ends were able to get up vertical to the second level and kind of turn him. Him and Rashid got him turned. If Musgrave had gotten up just another step and turned him, no problem. But still, look at him drive through the whistle, finish that block, take him to the water cooler. Or no, it's Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, it's a nice drive, right?
Yep. If he just got up another step higher and turned Bond back there, we would have been golden. But just a great play there.
Right here, and walk him out, right? And then you got Sheed looking to seal off the inside. By the way, Sean Ryan, boys, everything I've seen on tape, played a pretty damn good ball game. Look at him right here sealing off, turning, keeping it locked up inside.
Done.
Yep. And now look at Christian and Fitzpatrick. And this is what Emilio's talking about. Watch Fitzpatrick right here, guys. Almost got a whole drive now. Drive. And you see he's trying to sell. He's holding me. Got a little bit outside of the frame. As soon as you realize I'm outside of the frame, put your face in the chest.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
Great example of a good play call and good execution, right?
Absolutely. Bingo. All right. So there you go. 11-yard explosive. Now, third quarter, 146 left. Philly's up 3-0. 1st and 10 at your own 31-yard line. This is Love to Wicks for 20 yards. It's a nice little gain. We're back in 12 pistol left. nasty H same. Everybody, right, is nasty on this side. Notice that same look out of the pistol. What we just do, we just ran a toss out here, didn't we? Little 25 toss. So now we're going to go Y cheat, okay? So the Y is going to cheat over, and he's going to sift. So let me back it up just a touch. So what he's going to do is come over, sift, and it's Wily again. Bang, right here, okay? We're going to go 21 fake, which we're going to fake A gap left run, and then it's going to be an X climb. So it's going to be a climb route here, crosser, all right? The Z is going to work an out route here. And then the H is going to stay safe. So he's just going to stay in and block, all right? And I think actually the T is a stab. So on his way through the A gap left, he's just going to run a little stab route here. So you've got one option underneath. You've got a 7-man protection essentially, and I think the Y ends up leaking eventually. Yeah, Sith leak flat, so he's going to chip. So it's really just a 6-man protection because he's going to leak out. So what you got is, if we highlight this in blue, I love doing the end result like this. You got 2 windows, a window here, a window here.
Yep.
You got a window here, and then you got your flat underneath there, and you got a stab route here, nothing to the left. So notice how we already showed you that toss left. They're probably going, hey, they may be running that toss again on this side, on the strong side of the formation, right? Pre-snap motion, last second, you get the sift, and all targets are going to be opposite side from the side we just ran the toss to. But Matt LaFleur isn't doing anything creative. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Everything is married up. And he's got guys, we got Wiley on the field. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this guy when was he activated? 2 weeks ago, as soon as Tucker Kraft got hurt?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now he's a focal point of the offense. These are the guys. We got Bo Melton playing flyer at times.
Yep. That's a sign of a good scheme, right? You plug and play guys, and the offense continues to roll forward. It's all you can ask for as a head coach.
Yeah, definitely. So now let's watch it unfold here. Watch Wicks up top, beautiful out route. Talk about a good contesting. I think this is the contested catch. Watch Wicks. He's not going to be denied this football. Covered pretty well. Not a great ball, but good enough. And you'll see it right here on the end zone cam. I love his ability to go up and catch a football like this.
He's a grown-ass man now. And
play fake. Jordan hits the only option too, boys.
Yep.
You read it right.
Great hands catch by Wicks.
Oh yeah.
Caught a lot of heat for the one damn drop he had in this game, which was his first of the year, by the way, for you haters.
I love what Coach Lynn says. Our offense is evolving on the fly. Emilio, we talked about this. You got to make some kind of adjustments. You got to make something happen in the run game. We've seen what they did with the I formation and the pistol offset look with the H, and now they're running passing plays off of that as well.
Yeah, and at some point, you just got to trust your guys. You got to give them a shot to go up and make a play. And that's what you did there. You got it out to Wicks, go up, and he was the hot hand at the point. He was the only one getting us third downs. He was the only one converting it. Christian, they're tugging on his jersey, so you don't have anywhere else to go. This is what we wanted a little bit earlier in the game. Make that decision, get it off. You know what I mean? Cooper DeJean can't even keep up with Christian. I think he was worried. You see him yanking on his jersey right here at the top of the route there. Slow the man down. No, so it's all right.
Yeah, pretty good ball from our quarterback too, by the way. Pretty damn good ball for a non-franchise quarterback, right?
All right. Fast forward, fourth quarter, 11:29 left. Philly still leads 3-0. 3rd and 7 play, on 23-yard line. This is the backbreaker, boys. This is Hurts to Barkley for 41 yards. I think I found the problem. I want to know if you guys agree or not, okay? So, nickel 4-2-5, 55 cheetah. He's actually kind of standing up, and then I think he goes to 3-point stance. Here's your cheetah package, right? You got Wyatt on this side, or maybe it's Carl Brooks. You got 55, an edge defender in Kingsley Enagbare. Then you got Micah, you got Gary. So that's that 55 cheetah package. We're going double mug right, meaning these guys are going to be mugging the right side. You'll notice right here. So see how they're kind of mugging that side? They're going to change the play, a little motion. So they're kind of mugging that right side. Now, what you're going to get is cover one man. Surprise, surprise. You get a 41-yard gain in its man coverage, right? So here's what I think the play call is. Cover one man, 56 spy, okay? So Edgerrin Cooper is spying. The reason he's spying is he's opposite side of the running back. If the running back was here, he would be in man coverage on the running back. Instead, he's the spy. So he's just going to drift back and play a shallow spy and keep his eyes on Jalen Hurts. Quay is man up here. Okay. So keep in mind, if the play call is double spy, but somebody's got to lock onto the running back if he goes out in the route, it's easy to get caught up in, I got a spy. Oh, crap, where did the running back go? In my opinion, what you got here is man coverage, single high deep, man coverage, and then he's going to drift and play your spy. Does that make sense? So the problem here is watch Quay. Ball snapped. You see, double spy. Now the running back's going out. Everybody's in man coverage. You see Quay peek him, right? He peeks him, lets him go. That's how he gets butt naked in the trailer park. Everybody else is man coverage. He cheats to this side. Carrington's on an island with A.J. Brown doing a damn good job, might I add.
Yep.
You've got Bull carrying here. Of course, looks like that his guy's open, but Jalen Hurts peeks out here and goes, damn, there's nobody covering the flat. I think that was Quay's guy.
This is why we don't like man looks, right?
Hate it.
All it takes is one player out of 11 to make a mistake or a bad read, and your play's busted.
Yep. And when it's a zone defense, Tim, you may have that one guy make that mistake, but you got all eyes on the ball at all times, right?
Yep.
So right here, watch Quay kind of peeks. I don't know what he was thinking there. You got to go with it.
Yeah.
You got to take it. So I think that's what the play call was. Amelia, without us being in the room, we don't know 100%. Are you seeing it the same way, or am I missing something?
No, I think you're seeing it. I think you are seeing it, or it could have even been like a double spy, and then you're responsible for whatever happens with the back. But Quay right there, when he peeks it and doesn't decide to go with him, I think he thought he was getting the sack. I need you to shoot that if that's the case. If you're going to make a mistake, I want you to be in put that thing in forward.
Make it big, right? Go big or go home.
Put that thing in 4-wheel drive and just go. I mean, I need you to run through Jalen Hurts. You need to at least force the pass, go close in on him, jump up, tip it. You got to do something. You're right there. That's like a flash of what Quay had done previously, where you get him kind of caught in between the middle. He was caught between a rock and a hard place and just didn't pull the trigger on one of them fast enough. Because the rush was kind of getting there, but not really. But he had an open alley with Hurts' back to him. I think that's really what he saw, and he should have just went with his first instinct.
Yeah.
I agree.
Again, if you'll remember in the postgame show, I said, boys, that 41-yard play to Barkley, that was man coverage. We got burnt. Or no, I said blitz. I said, I don't know why the hell we got blitz heavy on a 3rd and 7. We were doing just fine, keeping guys back, right? It wasn't a true blitz. It was really a cover one man. It's just we blew the coverage.
Yeah, right here when he peeks it and doesn't go, and the guard turns inside, you need to be sprinting at that dude's back. Because Jalen's still not even looking right there. Still not even looking. He pumped again. You still had time. At that point, you would have been a step away from him. He's not throwing that over to Saquon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, tough look. And listen, you got to tip your cap to Jalen Hurts for holding his water in the pocket rather than just, panicking there. He knows, he looks over and says, all right, I got my boy. And listen, y'all can, not y'all on the chat, but the people who have, rate Carrington Valentine over the coals all you want. That is not his responsibility.
It's not on CV.
It's not at all. He's literally shutting down A.J. Brown as we speak right here. Great coverage. Look at him all over him. And then he goes over and tries to make the tackle out of man coverage.
Did you see that? Was that clip of A.J. Brown reel of him playing Madden and saying, yeah, if y'all have me in fantasy, you might want to drop me?
Broke me up, man.
I was cracking up. Wasn't he losing too in the game, man? He was just having a bad day, dude.
Of course,
Emilio with the important facts.
Of course, Emilio noticed that he was losing.
I do agree with that sentiment though on CV, because if he breaks earlier there, that's a goal ball to AJ Brown for a tutter. So you're doing the best you can, and then in Quay's defense, I'm going to defend my boy Quay. I'm with Emilio. I think he saw something there with Hurts, and he probably broke off assignment thinking that Hurts was going to tuck it and run, especially with Micah being held and then slipping and falling to the turf. You see you see your edge not being maintained because your edge rusher's in the dirt. Maybe you want to hold that gap in case that quarterback wiggles out.
I mean, Tim, we all do it, right? You call cover one spy, you let the spy do his thing because computer's a lot better at it than I am. I'm going to be the user lurk on the running back, and that running back sat in there for a second. What are we doing? I'm going to that QB.
Yep.
I got caught in the middle, and that's what happened.
And that's when you turn the console off and go get you a hot pocket.
Yeah, and you said, "Dang, my network disconnected. I'll run it back. Don't worry."
That's when you say, "Mom, I need more pizza rolls."
Yeah. Speaking of, I should probably go get those up now. I'm kidding.
All right. So I think it was the very next play, actually.
Yeah, no, they hurry up. The Eagles like to do that after a big play, hurry up and try to get on you.
Yeah. Fourth quarter, 10:35 left. Phillies up 3-0. 1st and 10 at Green Bay's 36. This is Hurts to Devonta Smith for the touchdown. All right. I think our defense, this is how I seen it. All right. Quarter, half. Okay. That's what I'm seeing here. Cover 6 match. All right. So obviously they are in a 3-by-1 set down here at the bottom, as you can see, 3-by-1 set. All right. So let's see if they do any kind of shifting here. I can't remember if they do. They do. So they're going to bring their F over. All right. So now you're in a 2-by-2 set. Okay. Everybody shifts. So field side, everybody's got their assignment, right? Quarter, half. All right. So what that means is underneath, kind of sitting underneath, curl flat, right? We'll do it like this, curl flat, right? Here, flat to a curl as well. That's basically your coverage, 4-man rush, right? So let's watch how this unfolds, Amelia, because what they're going to do is they're going to bring the crosser over the top deep, right? And then they're going to bring another one at about the mid-level, if I remember here, okay? Let's watch it unfold. The way I see this is on McKinney. McKinney's got to know, all right, I've got to cover that deep half. I don't even know if it's matched, to be honest with you, because if it was match, right, Carrington's, you see he flipped his hips. He was going to go with him. So if that is match, cool. But what's McKinney doing? Why is he poaching in the middle like this? Unless he's expecting Carrington to completely bail out and cover half. That's not how match works. It don't all of a sudden go from zone to match back to zone, right? So McKinney here gets a little greedy. You got to know you got help here. I think McKinney thinks he's jumping a route. Here's what I think. Okay. The problem is now you've got Evan over here who's playing quarter, right? So now this guy's got all the momentum carrying across. Evan plays this damn good, but I feel like McKinney, if he'd have drifted into half, imagine if McKinney holds that half deep and he takes this route away. It's gone. Where does Jalen Hurts go with the football? Pretend like that happened.
That dig
to the flat, maybe to the flat. Top
dig or up here maybe too, right?
Yep,
up top.
right there,
yeah.
maybe. And then he's tackled.
Yeah, and Emilio, you're saying right here possibly, right, to the dig?
I think that's what X is in between another rock and a hard place. Do you stop the explosive play or do you jump that route? When I first saw it, Clay, I thought they were cover 3 buzz. I thought X was buzzing down, but just sat a little bit long on it because of where AJ was getting height on the route.
Yeah. Do you still feel like that? Because the reason that I think it's this is how far over he's playing the hash, right? If it was true cover 3, I feel like Evan would be closer out here. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, and how deep X actually stayed in the whole route versus everybody else kind of sitting there. You got the wall up front of the 3, and I think X realizes it just too late.
Yeah. So again, and it's one of those things too, man. It's a good play call and it's good execution. It's a good ball, and boy, the high point there. And Evans, look at Evans all over it. You'll see it from the end zone. Like. Mm-hmm. I can't expect Evan, if he is in a true quarters right look or quarters left from the defensive perspective, getting all the way over beyond the hash on the other side to make a play on the ball. I can't really put it on him. Now, notice the cage rush here too, right? You're actually only bringing a 3-man rush because 55 is going to drift out, I believe, if I remember correctly. See Enigbari go with the flat?
For the leak, yeah.
Because you got beat on the flat last time with Saquon.
So you got a cage rush. This is what we're talking about with cage rushes, guys. 93 is kind of slowly rushing up the field. You're holding the edge here, expecting him to scramble. Why are you expecting him to scramble? Because you've got 8 in coverage. You don't expect him to just be able to get rid of the ball here, right? So look at Devontae. Nobody's truly rushing other than 93 because he gets a push and a single up, right? So then the ball, look at Evan. So close, dude. Look at that. His hand is practically on the ball right there.
Sitting in the stands, I thought it was a PBU. Watching this live,
and it kind of gets bobbled a little bit because look, Evans' hands in there on the ball right now. It's just a hell of a throw and catch, man.
I mean, the way he was able to close up underneath it, at first he was above Devontae Smith, and then he closed and runs underneath the route, almost gets his hands on it. It was really his only option at that point.
Right, very true. So again, if the play call, Emilio, was all right, X has got to make a decision to dig or deep, I'm always saying you got to go deep. You can't put Evan in that kind of spot. So
that's one of those. Yeah, Hafley goes, you can't get bored back there. You can't lose focus, can't get bored. Yeah, you sit on A.J. Brown's there. But again, play action at the beginning too. You get the linebackers sucked up. Everybody's hesitant a half second. So that doesn't help when you're only rushing 3 and there's a play action. Everyone's kind of stepped down 2 yards from where they actually should have been at that point in the coverage. If he was a little bit deeper, maybe X would have felt more comfortable to drop back. If Quay and Cooper had another 2 yards of depth there, maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable to keep backpedaling there.
And you'll remember the PFF grades had Evan Williams having a bad game and McKinney having a decent game. This is one I guarantee you, well, Evan's the guy covering. He gave it up.
Yeah.
I just don't see it like that. I don't. Because, again, if to me, it's cover 6. I feel really confident it's cover 6. If it's
and
cover
we also
6,
run it a lot. It's not like he doesn't run cover 6. I think that is something he leans on.
If it's cover 6, you're not going to be able to convince me Evan McKinney or McKinney is free to dive on that route from A.J. Brown. Again, Quay needs more depth covering on that dig, and you got our boy Edgerrin Cooper's already a little bit deep on the other side. So you can't say, the hell with the touchdown on the crosser. I'm going to try to jump this route and just go 50-50. Hopefully he throws the thing, right? You got to cover your responsibility.
Because if X gets deep enough and takes that away, that leaves time for Evan to climb up and fill that from his 4 spot.
Bingo. Yep. All right, so we're all on the same page. And you can kind of see McKinney there. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Watch him turn around. He's a little frustrated. Now, he flips his hips as soon as he sees Jalen Hurts load up. He's like, oh, crap. You can actually – I don't know if you can see it on this camera or not.
You can.
Yeah. So on the all-22, he's already going, oh, crap, right? And then as soon as he catches it, watch McKinney. Damn it. Right. He knows. They got me, And Evan's like, boys, I don't know what the hell y'all expected me to do. He's like, let's see him looking. Now, he's not me mugging it. He's just kind of looking back like, did I do something wrong there? Because I felt like I covered hell and half of Georgia to stop this play just now, right? So, again, if McKinney dive bombs on that dig, they throw the dig and he picks it off, we're not complaining. We're going, McKinney, great play, right? That's the way it works. So, all right, next play. Fourth quarter, 10:35 left. The offense comes alive a little bit, I believe. Actually, no, that was 10:35. 7:34 left in the game. Phillies up 10-0. 3rd and 8 play. Boys, when he needed to play in this game, he went to Wicks, right? So this is going to be a 10-yard pass to Dontavion Wicks. The play call is 11-gun, Trey Wright, X out, Y curl, Wolf, T cut. All right. And what all that means is the X up top, opposite of the tight end on the line of scrimmage, is going to run an out route. All right. And then you've got the Y curl. So the Y is just going to run a curl. They run that a lot all day long. Wolf concept is going to be Savion running the corner. All of a sudden, Savion's back in the game. Kind of strange. And then an out route. Okay. That's the Wolf concept right there. That's Wolf. Okay. And then the T cut is going to be, he's going to go inside the B gap and cut over on an in route or a dig. Okay. It's kind of how he's going to be running there. So again, the play call is 11-gun, Trey Wright, X out, Y curl, Wolf, T cut. It's going to be the out route from Dontavion Wicks as a part of the Wolf concept. All right, let's roll the tape. Jordan, watch his anticipation here. Back, looks left, comes back right, lets that thing go. No hesitation whatsoever. It's a simple pitch and catch, right? It's a good play. This is Jordan reading it right. Quick glance left, reading it to the right. Beautiful ball. Great job by Wicks.
Probably the most comfortable Jordan looked back there all night.
Absolutely. It may seem insignificant, but I'm telling you, man, that right there, 3rd and 8, that keeps the drive going. All right, now we're rolling, right?
When we had been struggling on 3rd for a while there. Quick speed out, get it to him on time, rhythm pass, and go.
Yeah.
And just to that last play before, Clay, Nate was saying McKinney's jumping a route right. This is the one the Eagles coach talked about in the post game. It was designed for A.J. Brown, but McKinney took it away.
Mm-hmm. again, that's his perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He took that dig away. Okay. We're in cover 6.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. I was just saying, yeah, the design was for AJ Wright, which is kind of what we saw. McKinney just got a little bit too antsy with it.
Definitely. Okay. So now I want to mention this. In between that play to Wicks and the one we're going to show you, Musgrave had 3 targets, 3 catches, right? I thought he played damn good.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't he have 3 targets, 3 catches, if I remember correctly? Yeah.
So
now, obviously, you want to see him run through that tackle on 3rd down. That didn't make the cut, but we talked about it all week long, right? In between these 2 plays, he actually drew a 21-yard pass interference.
Right.
That's huge. That's invisible yardage, right? That's if you tack that onto his 30 yards that he had, he accounted for 51 yards essentially because he beat his guy on a corner route, right? So just wanted to mention, I didn't want that to go unnoticed. I feel like Musgrave's playing pretty good ball so far. Now, he's not going to be your lead blocker. You see, we take him off the field when we want to run some running plays, right? And you're bringing in Wiley and some of these other guys getting creative with the 2-back sets. I just wanted to mention that, though. I didn't want that to go unnoticed. So, 4th quarter, 5:49 left. Philly's up 10-0. 2nd and 3 at Philly's 6. This is the Jacobs 6-yard touchdown run. For all the people that hate the shotgun runs.
Yeah, here's a great example of a shotgun run getting you in the end zone.
Hell, we showed you a pistol run, too. That's the gun, essentially. That's a gun set, right? That's a pistol is a gun
Yeah,
set.
the pistol is a gun. Correct.
Correct. It's a shorter gun, but it's a gun, right? So, the Pistola. So this is 11 gun trips left. We're going 22 RPO flat 3. All right. Emilio runs this. He spams the hell out of this in college football.
I was just going to say, Clay, we were talking about this formation last week about it. This is the verticals with the tight end cross underneath the verticals. That's an easy pitch and catch and cover 4, man. Take that.
We're about to
go
go
money.
Let me explain to you guys. We're about to go way over. This is why I love this formation. Okay. Sidecar right, trips left, right? Look at the hole that's open here. That's not where we're running the football, but look at that gap right there, right? You can run into. Typically, they'll shade into an over front under the tight end side, and that really opens things up for a weak side run. So if you tack on an RPO here, look at the hat count, right? If you can get these guys to seal off, and you get a bubble out here,
yes,
you fire that bubble and you're in for 6. This guy's not going to be able to get through all that traffic to make that tackle. There's no safety helping over here. There's nothing, right? So I love that look. I also love a combination of slot cross and dagger. Imagine we're at the 40-yard line or our own 30, right? And what you're going to get is Christian Watson on the go, Rome when he's usually there on the dig, and then you get a little crossing route here. Look at all the windows you open up. And then, by the way, you throw a little drag underneath. And then you got a chip and release underneath. Look at all the options.
Yep. But Matt LaFleur is a terrible play caller.
This is nub right and or trips left, right? It's you can call it trips left, you can call it nub right. There's so much you can do out of this look. Now, this specific play, all right, 22 RPO flat, block, it's a run pass option, flat, okay? Very similar to the bubble we're talking about, right? They're just going to press up, and it's actually going to be kind of a little more downfield.
It's one where you're turning, you're looking over your left shoulder rather than turning around, looking on your right shoulder.
And most of the time, the RPO, the pass option of the run pass option aspect of this play is already determined pre-snap because you're doing a hat count over here, right?
Hat and depth count, right? You're trying to see how deep your guy on your inside leverage is. You could even run an RPO quick stab with Malik Heath out there. You get Christian going out to his guy, Malik Heath's guy, and then Wicks hitting out on Christian's dude. You can kind of come inside, a little jailbreak. There's so many options out of this formation.
So much you can do. And if you've been showing run left all day long, you can actually do an RPO flat over here.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So
if you get Quinion spying a little bit too much, catch him looking.
We show this same look. This is one of his Matt LaFleur's favorite formations when we get inside the 10. And the reason being, how many times have we seen Tucker Kraft chip, hit the flat, Jordan
walk in for a touchdown? Yep.
It's an RPR essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this play though, again, is going to be flat, right? It's an RPO flat, block, and then you're going A gap. It's a 22 run. You're just going to go A gap, same side here, right? And watch Josh Jacobs carry 4 defenders into the freaking end zone right here. He's not going to be denied here. Jordan Morgan busted his arse.
And so did Zach Tom on that one too. Great seal block.
Mm-hmm. That's just Josh Jacobs. He's not going to be denied, man. And look at Sean Ryan, by the way. Pretty good little seal right there, right?
Sealed by Jordan Morgan. Run it back to the beginning of the other angle, Clay, real quick. Just
I don't know, guys. We got to stop running out of shotgun, man.
But also remember,
Ridiculous.
RPOs. The O-line cannot cross the line. They can't go further down than a yard. So when you're trying to block up an RPO, you really just need to get in the way of the dude. That's where you're not getting that vertical push or power from the O-line because you need that look. But that flat was open too. That you could spin that thing to Tay Wicks, and that's a touchdown as well. I think you could have gone either way there.
Emilio, I know it's open, but if he had thrown that flat and it had fell incomplete or we didn't get in the end zone, Twitter would have melted down. They hate it. But you're exactly right. This guy, you got the leverage. You got the hats and you got the leverage all day long. But again, Josh Jacobs is quick little cut back and just running through people's faces, man. What a great run, dude. Seriously.
Push the pile.
Yep. And again, Sean Ryan, great rep there. Tom does a pretty good job washing him out, right? That's really what made it happen was Tom.
Yep.
You know, Jordan Morgan kind of, like I said, he slips. He gets a little too far in, and Tom's just going to finish this thing off for him, right?
Great ball carrier vision by Josh there, too.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of see that developing in his face, and he sees Zach Tom, pancaking someone and just cuts right behind it. Love it.
Chris N said, Clayton, who's the weakest link on the offensive line? Yes, that's the answer.
Not Travis Glover, that's for sure.
Yeah, you got that right. It's a tough question, Chris. Jordan Morgan, man, 1 second he'll look great at right guard, the next second he won't. I've been very vocal. I'm tired of talking about it. He's a left side lineman.
I was just going to say, he looks great at right guard for a guy who belongs on the left side of the line.
Yeah, he looks great on the field.
I'll tell you, from this game, positive, Sean Ryan for me, hands down, right? To me, Aaron Banks looked the worst in this game. Pass protection was real shaky. That's just my personal opinion after watching the tape. If I had to pick the weakest link here, I would say Aaron Banks in this particular game.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Right. I was going to say, because on Jordan's fumble was Banks that got beat across his face, and that's kind of got Jordan off the spot.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next play. We're almost done, guys. 2 more left. Fourth quarter, 2:10 left. Phillies up 10-7. 3rd and 10 at our own 10-yard line. This is Love to Watson for 25 yards, and the game's on the line. Think play or not play. What we're seeing every week, and I said this on Twitter earlier, and I'm sure the haters really, really hated it. You're seeing Jordan Love feather in touch passes every week now. His accuracy has improved so good, guys. Now we're just trying to fine-tune situational awareness, knowing when to take the sack. Don't try to do too much in this situation type thing. His accuracy is so good right now. So we're going 11 gun nasty, Dubs left, 22 fake, 33X Y leak flat. Okay. So the play call here, if we draw it out for y'all, is the 22 fake. It's going to be a fake run to the right. Okay. We know what that is. Okay. And now we're going to go 33. Okay. So the outside receivers are going to work up and bring comebacks here, okay? Right? Up and work comebacks. And then you're going to have the X, this is actually your F here. Your X is Christian Watson. Why is that? He's on the line of scrimmage opposite the tight end, right? So he's going to run somewhat of a climb route. He's just going to kind of get in here and break it off underneath and just find the open space. The Y is going to leak out in the flat. So he's going to chip and leak to the flat. Again, 11 gun nasty, Dubs left, 22 fake, 33 X climb, Y leak flat. Watch Christian Watson here. Watch how Jordan doesn't lead him up the field. He tries to throw behind him to protect him, right? So it's more of a dig than a climb, right? I'm wondering if he was hoping that they would clamp down and he could turn it into a climb maybe. But nonetheless, Jordan just drops this thing in the bucket, boys. I thought that was a hell of a throw and a catch. And then Christian Watson dragging 3 defenders, right?
I was just going to say, good job by Scoot kind of bending that route a little bit.
Yeah. So this is a perfect view right here. Look at this throw, guys. 22 fake, right? Jordan knows where he wants to go with the ball. This guy knows where he wants to go with the ball. And he's thinking, if you convert this, boy, you're going to have to thread the needle. And that's exactly what he does. I love that he puts it behind him, too, so he don't lead him right into that trouble, right? Yep. He gives him a chance to square up, protect himself.
I love that his eyes were to the field side the whole time too before he let that ball go.
Yeah, that was a dart. Just looking at all 4 white jerseys around that thing, he put it in a 2x2 window and also protected his wide receiver at the same time. Another dart by Jordan Love there. And look at Christian, go up and get it. Hey, I had a little issue there earlier, whatever. Have that one back. Fine. I'm gonna go up hand, catch that, and we're moving forward.
It's just a perfect throw, man. You cannot throw that ball any better. And again, you're in your own end zone right here, boys.
Yep.
Just standing tall.
Pick up by Josh there, sticking his nose in there, Sean Ryan, and everybody did their job on that one.
Yeah, definitely. So again, we'll watch it one more time. I just want to point that out. Keep an eye on that, guys, because he is layering those throws in. I think Coach just said that. Did he just say that? Layered throw?
Yeah, layering them.
That's not easy to do, man. With a hand in your face too, just perfect. And Christian Watson's hands have improved. Jordan Love's accuracy has improved. I'm so excited about this second half of the season, man. I'm telling you.
Especially once we get Bird back in the fold, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just hold the line, boys. Hold the line as long as you can, right? All right. Here's the tough one. Y'all ready to take your medicine?
Yeah.
So this is going to hurt me to say this, but I've been very vocal today on X about this. I don't see it any other way. This is the 4th and 1 play where everybody said Matt LaFleur is so predictable, right? So predictable that the defense called the play out. He's calling it out right now, as a matter of fact. Look at him. He's going, guys, inside zone right here.
Hey, can we preface this with that happens on 8 out of 10 plays in the NFL? Somebody's calling something, somebody sees something. This is not abnormal behavior for any defense in the NFL. Correct?
Spill it, Pickett, spill it.
Yep, exactly.
If every time a defender calls out a play here or they're doing this, that offensive ball carrier or the quarterback decided last second, I don't care that everybody thinks I'm doing this, I'm going to change what I'm doing. It's not going to work.
Yep.
Right. If you do that every time, I'm telling you, it's going to be an absolute mess.
You do that, you're going to get your ass kicked in that.
Josh Jacobs owned this just like Christian Watson owned the whole helmet thing, right?
Yep.
So the play call is 11 gun, Dubs right, 21 inside zone. It could be duo. I can see duo setting up here too. So the reason Josh Jacobs, when you watch it from the TV copy, which is similar to this copy right here, right? You see this and go, damn, the offensive line got blew up, right? There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Now, let's go back and watch it here, okay? And you see the flags fly. I think it was illegal procedure and stuff. It's not the freaking point. Like, game on the line, you've got to run the play called. So here's where the play is designed to go. Here, inside zone, right? A gap left. Now, you see 97 in them. They're calling it out, right? They're calling it out inside zone right here, okay? Now, look, ball snapped. First of all, shout out Sean Ryan. Watch Sean Ryan take care of business right here, boys. Bang, okay? Ooh. So you see Josh Jacobs hears them say that, so now he turns this into a counter run, essentially. Well, everybody else thinks he's hitting this gap right here. Look at the gap he's got. Now, I've seen people online say, oh, no, Jalen Carter's tackling him for a 2-yard loss. If you think that Josh Jacobs ain't hitting this hole right here and getting a yard, you have lost your ever-loving damn mind. I'm just telling you.
Jordan Morgan doing everything he can against Jalen Carter right here.
Yep. And you notice Jordan Morgan isn't blocking the right half of him. He knows this is a gap left. Right. I've got to seal. Keep him turned. He recovered really, really nice. Look at Sean Ryan over here, boys. Taking care of. Look at this freaking lane right here that you have to run. Let me do it one more time. This lane right here. But instead, we cut it back. You just can't do it. All because the defender said, they're running right here. They're running right here. It doesn't, even though he said they're running right here, where's the hat count, guys? Help me out here.
Yep.
Like, seriously. What you're going to see is inside seal, right? Double, and then is this guy going to come up in the hole and stop Josh Jacobs from getting a yard? No. Even though Jalen Carter immediately busts inside, right here, do you think he's making that tackle? He can't see that Josh Jacobs cut it back right there.
Yep.
He can't see through that offense.
The fact that he's pushing that way towards his left is all the more reason to run off that left shoulder of Jordan Morgan.
Now, Chris, to go back to your question, watch Banks on this play. I think this is probably duo. Double, get off your block and hit here. You're looking for a seal here. Jordan Morgan dies slow death. Make sure you stay inside as much as you can. He recovers nicely. Watch our boy Aaron Banks here. He's supposed to be a mauler, guys. What the hell is this? That's pathetic. Ain't no two ways about it. But again, Josh Jacobs, you got to stick to the gap. So just saying. And again, there was a penalty, this and that. It didn't really matter. It does matter. I guarantee you in the meeting today, that's probably why Josh Jacobs came out later and said, yeah, I should have stuck with the A-gap left. I should have stuck with the inside zone, right? I just heard him call that, kind of panicked, bounced it out, essentially what he was saying. Do y'all see it any different?
No. After being through the all 22 a handful of times, no. I'm with you, Clay.
Yeah. So there you go.
The only thing I would say was
here it comes. Let's hear it, Emilio.
I think it was more of an RPO look, and Jordan had said that he had gone back to it before. They had called it a couple times today or in that game, but I think Bo bubbles a little bit at the top of the screen there. The hat count wasn't there to begin with for the bubble first off, so that's taken away off the rip when you see Cooper DeJean sitting on him like that.
Right.
Your other option is, if the bottom of the screen's running a quick slant or something like that. I don't see anything from Wicks that would point me in that direction. But I do think that leading back to the other point, when Josh Jacobs scored the first touchdown, he kind of had to make the hole and go. The O-line here isn't getting that vertical height. The farthest you got up was to that 1 yard marker for Zach Tom. That's it. That's as far up as you can get without getting a penalty. So you're not getting a bunch of drive from the O-line.
Yeah.
That would be my only thought on. Morgan got walked back a touch, but it's okay. I mean, he's not able to get vertical and drive forward because it's more of a half pass. It's Tom knows I can take 2 steps out and 1 step up. All right, done. I mean, that's it. Musgrave, just hold your ground. And I think that the only other thing I would have liked was something from Wicks maybe. But yeah, Josh Jacobs needs to hit that, and obviously we had the penalty anyway. But that would be my only pushback. It looked a little RPO, and the O-line can't get super vertical on that push.
Right. And in Jordan, the reason I didn't think it was actually an RPO is Jordan said that was Matt's call, basically saying inside zone. Matt made the call. So I just kind of took that as there was no other options. Like you pointed out, even if it was an RPO call, it was the right decision to hand it off because Cooper was snugged up.
Yeah.
My issue with him cutting it back there is that's not where the play's designed to go. And you got to know that these guys are not going to just be able to, in their mind in a split second, change how they're blocking. They can't see what you're doing behind them.
Right.
So you got to stick with what was called there, So that's, I don't know. Yeah. It's just, again, you didn't lose the game because of this play. I think it's just a good point that people, they immediately say, well, Matt LaFleur is so predictable, they called the play out. The other thing there, guys, if I go back, I want everybody to understand something. On this particular play, it's 4th and 1. Okay, 4th and 1. I'm running the football here.
Yep.
If they blow me up and I lose a yard on 4th and 1, I don't deserve to win the ball game. I can live with that. But if I decide to pass on a 4th and 1 and throw an incompletion, I am so pissed off today. I'm like, boys, why are we trying to be so cute and smart? Like, if you can't gain a yard, you don't deserve to win the freaking ball game, right? So with all that said, the way I look at it here is run the ball, run the play called. And now, when people say it's predictable, okay, when you're sidecar right, you know how often you run across the formation?
What do we talk about that? We talk about that. I think we talk about that every week too. It's like 80% or something like that.
It's almost 90% of the time. That's why pistol took over, guys. When you're in a pistol, imagine he's here, right? The reason the pistol has become so popular is because you can run to either side, and the defense has to respect that, right? And the reason that it's not as popular or not as effective, or I guess you could say popular, is because when you're in sidecar right, the large majority of the time you're running this side. I just showed y'all a second ago with that trips left look inside the 10. Look at that gap on the left side. You're seeing.
Now you know why Matt loves inside zone a lot more than he loves outside zone.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I mean, out of the gun, it's all inside zone, right? So, yeah. So again, that's the tough look, and I've got people now. The question is coming back up of, what's the effectiveness of shotgun run versus under center? This was an argument that was made by Packer fans back when Aaron Rodgers was actually the quarterback. And I took the time to go through the previous 2 years, right? The previous 2 years, and tallied up the yards per carry for 5 different offenses. Because I got so sick of hearing, I'm like, maybe they're right, and I'm just losing my mind. I went through every Shanahan tree head coach and a couple of – actually, a couple of offensive coordinators from the Shanahan tree and said, okay, how many of them are running out of the gun? And let's compare yards per carry out of the gun to under center. Every damn team was averaging more yards running the ball out of gun than under center. So I don't know what else to say about it other than we can just agree to disagree. The numbers are the numbers. And I think I had Nick McSwain ask about it in the Patreon earlier. He said, is there anywhere we can find this information? Not that I know of, Bub. I got sucked into that rabbit hole, and I spent about 5 days diving into all the tape, and I came away going, I was right all along. And you know what? I didn't even take the time to argue on Twitter. I was just like, okay, I was right. I'm just moving on. I'm exhausted. So it is what it is. Are there benefits of running out of the from under center? Play action, absolutely. Boy, those backers have really got to respect the run when you're under center, no doubt. But the numbers
if you
are
can establish it early, right? If you can establish that early enough.
Yeah. So, and as Coach Lynn says, we need to do both, honestly. Absolutely. But that's the answer nobody wants, right? Like Emilio's talked about that. Emilio's talked about, like, I would like to see an under center look there. I'd like to see a little more downhill, right? You got to have both. You need both. But this whole idea, it's just
downhill, longer mesh point on under center. There's just different options. You can run the trust me, I love the RPO bubbles. You can gain yards with those. You can read those out, but those got to be in shotgun. They're a lot more effective in shotgun. Under center play action rollout, naked boot, something that, we're not seeing too much of. We can only really do that under center, but I'd love to see a little bit more of it just so that you can keep the defense honest.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's Chalk Talk. Again, I'm sorry it went so long. That's why I wanted to get started early because we're at 1:51. I knew we wouldn't get through it, but I feel like we covered everything pretty extensively. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think we got kind of down to what went wrong. Again, all I got to say is if you're one of the fans that think Matt LaFleur isn't creative enough, Matt LaFleur isn't scheming guys open, Matt LaFleur is the problem, Matt LaFleur has become predictable, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. And I do not mean that in a disrespectful way. I've watched the tape over and over and over. I've seen somebody in the chat say, go check out Dusty Evely's video. So I need to reach out to Dusty and say, hey, man, unwarranted, to say, is Matt LaFleur at fault? Because somebody in the chat was saying he's basically doing the same thing on his channel. He's defending Matt like, boys, scheme ain't the problem. This is execution. That's what it sounds like. So that being said, we'll wrap up there. We went long enough. My voice I'm losing my voice. And, hey, man, we kept our cookies down tonight. How about that, boys? I thought for sure I was going to run downstairs and call a dinosaur at 12. So,
nicely
anything
done.
Anything else y'all want to hit on? Anything at all?
No, bounce back game coming up. Short week. Right. We're going to get it done.
I'm excited. And now, Emilio, the local media, they're steering the conversation to Hafley's going to be the next Giants coach. Hafley's from Jersey. It's
whatever gets you clicks, right?
Create the circus. Let's get that circus going. That's why I know they frown upon a channel like mine being fan ran. I know they frown upon it. Well, we need an unbiased opinion and this and that. Okay, you do your thing. I'm going to do mine. But you guys look for every little glimmer of hope that you can create something negative. And I just can't get into it, man. I can't. I've gotten to the point where I can't listen to other podcasts and watch other Packers YouTube channel. I'm deep into college football right now because I lose my mind watching these guys just look for something to try to pull the entire team down. It drives me absolutely insane, man. It does.
Yeah. So yeah, like they brought it up to Matt about him going on the tablet, going through the plays, and he's like, I just wanted to write something down so that I could mark it off because he's like, not like I don't do that every time. He's always over there going over with Jordan. I mean, it's just all this stuff, man. I just let them do their job for 5 minutes. You know, if someone's sitting over you the whole time, I'm not sitting on your shoulder yelling at you for not shuffling that paper right and hitting the stapler the right way and clicking on that freaking task the right time.
And Emilio, it's the same people, Tim, the same freaking people that 3 weeks into the season, Jeff Hafley's going to be the next great head coach. And then 3 weeks later, it was, well, we ain't got to worry about losing Hafley. Now we're back to Hafley's going to be a great head coach. It's like they are so wishy-washy. And
they must just live at just theme parks. They just love a roller coaster ride, man. Right. I'm just telling you, man. They're just up and down.
Coach Lynn just said Homer shaking my – you know what's funny, Coach? I actually like listening to Homer because he is so far out there. I can't take him serious, and it's good entertainment. But there's those knuckleheads on ESPN Milwaukee that think they know everything about football. It is absolutely hilarious listening to them talk about it. It's just like there is never a detailed explanation. It's just always one brush fire to the other.
Mhm.
And I feel real sorry for Jen over there.
Yeah.
Bro, because she, you can tell she's a fan at heart, right? And it's just having to be in the studio with those egotistical guys that think they understand. That it's the same one that the fat out of shape loser said that Romeo Dobbs was a coward, right? And then you got another guy that will remain nameless. That boy, has he been in legal trouble in the past? He loves throwing stones in the glass house, like just surrounded by people. Like I don't know how she does it. Honestly, don't know how she does it. So anyway, that's it. So we're going to continue to be positive, look at things on the positive outlook. We're going to break down the tape. We showed y'all a lot of negative, way more negative than we did positive today. I think we'd agree, right?
Mhm.
So the people that like to come at us and go, "Oh, y'all are just all sunshine and rainbow." Okay, we just spent an hour and 50 minutes highlighting about 80% negative plays. What are you talking about? It's about understanding what actually happened as opposed to
amazing what happens when you watch a football game more than once a week, right?
Bingo.
Oh.
All right, yeah, I'm with you, Coach. Balaga's good. Balaga actually tries to find answers, and he'll tell you when he doesn't know, too. Balaga's really, really good. I like Tauscher. I do. Now, Tauscher is a little more emotional because he grew up a Packer fan, right? Balaga didn't. I think Balaga might have grew up in Chicago or something, maybe. But, yeah. So, anyway, that's it, guys. We're out of here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And sorry we went long. Sorry we had to go early, but we had to kind of move some stuff around to make this happen. So, we'll be back tomorrow. We're on to the Giants. 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. We're going to start diving into not quite the game plan yet, but we're going to look at the PFF preview. Where's the line? What's the lineups look like? And I'll start to put together the game plan. We'll get that ready for you guys and gals. So it's going to be a fun week, though, man. We got some good NFC North games to watch. Obviously, Green Bay at the New York Giants. We got Chicago at Minnesota. We'll be keeping our eye on that one during the Packers game. And like Emilio pointed out, during our post-game show, we'll be able to give you all the updates, what happened in that game, right? Obviously, we're rooting for Minnesota to beat Chicago in that one. And then the Sunday night game is Detroit at Philadelphia. That should be a dandy there. I picked these on the NFC North show roundtable yesterday. I had Green Bay 24-17 over the Giants, Minnesota 20-17 over the Bears, and Philadelphia 24-21 over the Lions. I'm eager to see how close we get there. So, and we'll dive into all that. I may go live tomorrow too, and do kind of around the league real quick update. Here's the matchups coming up. Here's what's on the line, a little playoff simulator, and then get out. I want to reset every week and give everybody, here's how the league's laying. So, Emilio, go play some Battlefield, bro.
I will do. We'll do. Got a football game tonight. Throw that on the background.
There you go. Tim, appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks for having me, man. This was awesome.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. And go Pack, go.
There we go.
Bye, guys.